Thank you for protecting us through the storms that have challenged the workers and the complete project. Father, thank you for the safety of those who have traveled during all the construction time. We just have so many reasons to thank you. But Lord, today we rejoice. We rejoice in the completion, and we thank you for everyone that participated. And we ask, Lord, that you will continue to bless these businesses as they come together and move on to other projects. Bless the city, Lord, as they look toward doing other projects that would complete this project in an even more thorough way. But most of all, Lord, we pray that you protect those who travel down this new and beautiful highway in the days and weeks and years to come. With all our heart, we give you our praise and our adoration and thanksgiving. In Jesus' name, amen.
And just so we're clear, we did think about holding this in a more quiet location, but the point of the Boundary Street improvement is improved safety and helping people move from one point to another, so we'll just have to celebrate the sounds. At this point, if you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we continue, I'd like to invite up Sarah Kimball, Field Representative for Congressman Mark Sanford. Ms. Kimball.
Hi, thank you all for having me here today. Unfortunately, Congressman Sanford had a previous commitment in Charleston, so he wasn't able to make it, but he thoroughly enjoyed the day dock ribbon cutting yesterday. So here are some brief remarks from him. Congratulations to all who have been part of Boundary Street's renewal and transformation that today's ribbon cutting represents. Boundary Street is a prime thoroughfare in Beaufort, and in that regard, what you're doing is most meaningful in not only the lives of residents in Beaufort, but to many who come and go our way. It wasn't so long ago that I myself was making my way along this road to a summer job out at the Sanders packing shed in Frogmore, high school, and 100 other low-country destinations. As one who believes that less can be more, I'm especially impressed by the project's under budget and early completion. For all these reasons and more, know how much I wish I could have been there with you today and how much I do wish you congratulations on a job well done. Sincerely, Mark Sanford.
Thank you, Sarah. As we move into remarks, I'd like to start with Robert Royal. Robert is Regional Vice President and General Manager for this project's prime contractor, Preferred Materials Incorporated's Georgia, South Carolina Construction Office. He holds a bachelor's degree in Civil Engineering Technology from Georgia Southern University and is a licensed general contractor in Georgia and licensed commercial contractor in South Carolina. Mr. Royal?
Pleasure to be here today to kick this off. This has been a collaborative effort, about 3 years worth of work. A lot of different people coming together. We're so excited to be able to be a part of it. We recognize that this corridor is a main artery for the town and the hub of the area. And we felt like with our expertise, we could bring this job in, especially with the clientele and the caliber of people that we have workforce. Some of the main stakeholders preferred, I'd like to ask Grant Peterson if he would stand. He's our estimating manager who bid the project for us. Micah Schultzman, is he here today? Micah Schultzman started the project for us. Terry Carter, who's our foreman, who's been here for the better part of 2.5 years, day and night, night and day, weekends. Luke Guest, project manager. Thank you, Luke. And last but not least, Jeff Andrews, who's our area operations manager, stepped in and really helped get everything going. The idea of this job was to improve safety, traffic flow, relocate utilities on the ground, and promote business development. And I really think that the entire team has actually achieved that here today. It's 2 miles long, 2.7 miles of utility duct bank underground. A tremendous feat to put that type of infrastructure underground, putting all utilities out of harm's way for any storms. 4 boardwalks, 7 signals, 21,000 tons of hot mix asphalt. And yes, Neil, I did check. It is 6 miles of curb and gutter. You are correct. We didn't have any catastrophic safety instances. On a busy thoroughfare like this, it's actually remarkable, and it's a testament not only to PMI's core values of safety, but also the whole team collectively as a group. Projects like this are tough. It's probably one of the toughest jobs that our area has ever had to coordinate. It takes patience, genuine cooperation without any hidden agendas. It takes transparent collaboration, honest and constant coordination, and then problem solving to create win-win opportunities without having any problems long range. You really just have to talk to one another. And I'm so proud of all the utility companies, our group, our company, the city, the state, the town, everybody. It's really been a great job for us, and we're just glad PMI has been part of it. So thank you.
We're not going to shortchange the mayor. As many of you know, Mayor Billy was born in Beaufort, graduated from Brandeis University, and earned his master's degree from Boston University. He worked in Washington, D.C. for almost 16 years, providing administrative and legislative duties for Congress. Returned to Beaufort in 1989. Billy served 2 terms in the South Carolina House of Representatives and then was elected to Beaufort City Council in 2000, later being elected in 2008 and re-elected since then. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, John. Good morning, everyone. What? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to you all. What an exciting day. You know, as I rode over here, I said this is sort of like Christmas because we have our new baby is born. It's like Thanksgiving because I've got a list of people to thank for one of the largest collaborations I've certainly ever been part of. But also, it's Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement for those of us who are Jewish, and that is where we ask forgiveness for the many merchants and travelers who spent the last 2 years plus a few months, bearing with us under circumstances that were to them less than pleasant, and unfortunately, they couldn't quite understand what was happening. I want to recognize this is two city councils. The city council that started this was Mayor Bill Rao, I don't know if he's here, was mayor, Councilman Mike Sutton, Councilwoman Donnie Beer, Councilman George O'Kelly, and the late Councilman Gary Fordham. Our current council, Phil Cromer, Stephen Murray, Nan Sutton, and Mayor Pro Tem Mike McPhee. But before I start thanks, I want to remind everybody where we started. Where we started, maybe it should be where we ended. Edie, that may be a signal to me that my time is up. But if you can recall, you know, as we found the headwaters of Battery Creek, the only seriously challenged environmentally body of water in the city of Beaufort, and we found way more fender benders on Boundary Street than was acceptable, and where we found that many people who were coming to the historic, beautiful, fabulous, wonderful, gorgeous city of Beaufort got to the entry and they said maybe we made a wrong turn because this isn't what we expected. And those are the 3 principles of this project. One was public safety, calm the traffic, make it more walkable. 2 was to better protect Battery Creek, and we're still working on a 3.5-acre park so that when you come in, you will see the signature of Beaufort, which is a vista over the water with the oak trees, and that's the gateway as well. A long process, a lot of pain for some, a lot of money for everyone, all our money, all taxpayer money, the city TIF, the county impact fees, and penny sales tax. There's another one of those on the ballot in November, if you care, and the Federal Highway Administration. An incredible collaboration that I've never seen before between city, county, state, federal officials. In beginning my thanks, and that's the only reason I'm going to speak more than my 2 minutes, I really have to start with our leader, and that is City Manager Bill Prokop and his deputy, the guy next to him, who's the Senior Project Manager, Neil, who was on top of this project from beginning to end. I think we should all thank them. And then the county engineer, Rob McPhee, who shepherded the project, working with Kimberly Horn, Thomas and Hutton, Preferred Materials, and the many others coordinating that. And I'd certainly be remiss if I didn't recognize the city finance director and the county finance directors, Kathy Todd and Alicia Holland, because they had to keep 3 sets of books and keep track of this. Victor Dover from Dover Coal basically produced the project. Then it went to Kimberly Horn, who started the engineering, and then when it got time for construction, Thomas and Hutton. SCDOT, Barnwell Fishburne, the Congressional District Representative, thank you. County Councilman Paul Somerville, I'm setting the stage for you, Paul, for leading his council in their continued support. Beaufort County Council and all, I don't see who's here, but if anyone from Beaufort County Council is here, raise your hand so you can be recognized. Attorneys, complicated legal issues with rights of way, with exchanging land with the state. Tom Holloway and Bill Harvey, who Bill is the city attorney. Tom was the attorney for the project. Josh Gruber, I'm gonna miss you, but you won't be that far away. And should we ever take on another project like that, we'll find a way to get you back to help Neil Puglisi. Incredible relationship has developed with the city and the county through this project. Preferred Materials, of course, who you spoke, but specifically Luke Guess, who I believe was on site. ICE, an engineering firm who oversaw the engineers, the construction, and the project. Jared Fralix. Beaufort Jasper Water and Sewer Authority, who had to move lines around and accommodate space for the changes. Ed Saxon, if he's here. South Carolina, the city and everybody else's major wrestling partner. We went to the mat together and look what we accomplished. Danny Cases, Hargray, David Armistead, CenturyLink, Jimmy Burt. I'd also like to thank, I don't think anyone's here, but the Trask family. Not many people know this, but in their interest in redeveloping this project, which was the fourth motivation of the redevelopment project, was to drive property values up, to create better retail opportunities, to create a destination for those who can't get things in downtown or in Ladies Island. They actually did the preliminary on their own, engineering and concept for this engineer. for this project. They also were very patient in land transfers, and I'm giving them all this thanks because I expect to see 2 new buildings going up here and another one over there soon. The financial impact of this is projected to be 5 to 1, $150 million in increase in property values. I just want to say thanks from the bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for the council, city manager, and everybody else, for the way everybody worked seamlessly for such an extended time. And I think when you look out here and when you drive up the road and as the plantings mature, you will every day have a little more appreciation for the investment that so many people worked so well together to achieve. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next up is Paul Somerville. Paul is a Duke University graduate with a background in labor relations, and he is a management consultant. He's a native of Beaufort, a veteran of the U.S. Army, and is married with 2 daughters. Paul is chairman of the Beaufort County Council, and we're very pleased to have him with us this morning. Paul?
The world will soon forget what we say here, but they will never forget what we did here. Where did I hear that? Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a very special occasion for all of us, and we owe a debt of thanks for the vision of the city of Beaufort. Billy mentioned 2 separate city councils, and all of the others who imagined this challenging metamorphosis for our gateway to Beaufort. This gateway is a fine example of the benefits of a penny sales tax at work, along with the federal Tiger grant that a penny sales tax for infrastructure allowed us to obtain. This project was a massive undertaking. It was so much more than a paving project. As you look around, you won't see utility poles or cables, and I suspect it won't be long before nobody remembers that they were ever here. But we remember they've been moved underground. This is a huge safety improvement, and it makes this gateway into Beaufort so much more attractive. In high winds, big storms, these power and communication lines will not be knocked down. Voters will have a chance in November to approve another referendum for additional highway traffic improvements on Ladies Island, primarily the intersection of Highway 21 and 802, and the Hilton Head bridges and 278 widening, as well as walking paths and bike trails throughout the county. Congratulations to the City of Beaufort, Beaufort County engineers, the Sound of Freedom, State Department of Transportation, and the Federal Highway Administration for the excellent teamwork that made this happen. Well done.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Coming forward next will be Barnwell Fishburne. He's a graduate of Wofford College with a bachelor's degree in political science. He's owner of Fishburne and Company Development Corporation, an investment real estate firm. He also serves as vice chairman on the board of trustees for HCA affiliate Colleton Medical Center. Today, despite having emergency dental work yesterday, Mr. Fishburne joins us from the South Carolina Department of Transportation Commission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. Foremost, I want to say to any hardcore critics that I am the newly appointed Highway Commissioner for the 6th District. And I would like to say that the district, the 6th District, for those who do not know, is massive in itself. It is comprised of Allendale, Bamberg, Beaufort, Berkeley, Colleton, Dorchester, parts of Charleston, Florence, Williamsburg, Richland, and Georgetown. Needless to say, it's the biggest district in the state, and I mention that in that this is the most complex and probably the most successful project, certainly in the district, if not in the state. I came down yesterday. I had been here before, and rather than get into the particulars of this project, I would like to address the leadership. I am in the development business, and I know the arduous task of bringing people together, the passion that it takes to maintain the energy to pull a project through to fruition. My father, in chastising me one time, said I either had the persistence of an angel or the perseverance of a devil. He wasn't sure which one, but the leadership here has perseverance and persistence. And while I do not know the mayor very well, I commend him for a job very well done. I got a call recently from the governor. I have been in the development business all of my life. I've worn many hats. I've spent years on planning commissions, years in comprehensive land plans, years in public hearings, hearing insults and comments. I've worn another hat, and that I've been frustrated trying to get permits from DHEC. I've cursed OCRM. I've cursed the Army Corps of Engineers in trying to get through delays, and then there was the DOT. So when the governor called me up and he said, I want you to be on the commission, I said, Governor, I don't like the DOT. He said, I want you to be on the commission. I said, Governor, I fight the DOT all the time. He said, I want you to be on the commission. And I said, good talk. When do I start? So we started on this path, and I said, I just want to meet the Secretary of Transportation. I've not met her. And I went to Columbia, and I am here to tell you, she is the consummate professional. I walked in to meet this woman who, very assuming, that will look at you and bore holes through you. She is an incredible asset to the state of South Carolina and is constantly being recruited nationwide. Her crisis management is incredible. Her clarity of thought impressed me to the point where I went over strategic plans with her, which some politicians say don't exist. They certainly do exist. One was done 2 years ago, and that department has been streamlined, and she has the confidence of every commissioner and everyone that works under her. It's quite extraordinary. Now, you may think I've been drinking the Kool-Aid because I went up there very much a skeptic. But I came away seeing how she implemented and was responsible for Act 40, in which the legislature passed a tax that will put $600 million in the coffers of the DOT, $300 million of which is going to resurfacing. So I came away very excited. I was excited for the Department of Transportation. I'm excited for Beaufort. And I think it's actually going to be an historical time for the state of South Carolina over the next 10 years. I am honored to be here today. I congratulate the mayor, the city manager, all of the leadership involved. It's a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And while it's not quite Oprah quality, we do have complimentary DVDs for all of you on your seats. At this point, we're going to gather right by the street for the ceremonial ribbon cutting. We've got our ribbon holders who will be prepared, and we've got our panelists, if you can be prepared to help us with the scissors. Let's move forward, please.